Dr. B. Bhavani, working as lecturer in charge Department of English, Ramchandrapuram, East Godavari district. Now, I'm going to deal with the topic, what is word accent for the first semester General English. For the first semester General English, I am going to deal with the topic, what is word accent and how it is to be dealt with. So, objectives of this word accent is, in this lesson, we are going to deal with what is word accent. What is word accent? To learn and understand what is word stress. To learn and understand what is word stress. To be trained to how it is produced. To be trained that how it is produced. To gain knowledge on role of stress in spoken English. So how will we gain a role of stress in spoken English if we know what it is? To mark and use stress. So we will know after completing this lesson, we are going to know what is the use of stress and where it is to be used and how it is produced and how it is to be marked. So objectives of this lesson is to make you understand what the word stress is and how to be trained in this word stress, and to gain knowledge on a role of stress in spoken English. So how it is to be stressed, if a word is to be spelled, how it is to be stressed, and to mark the use of stress and how the stress is also to be marked. So coming to the So we will come to understand the outcomes. What are the outcomes? After completing this lesson, the outcome is we will understand what is word stress and we will perceive how it is produced. Sure, we can produce how it is produced. We will learn the role of stress in spoken English and we will mark and use the stress. So, what is word accent? First of all, we will know the definition of it. Accent definitions. The definition of an accent is a syllable or a word that stands out from the others when spoken. The definition of an accent is if we spell a word in that the syllable or a word that stands out from the others when spoken. So in a word, the syllable stands out when spoken. If you see the example, accent would be the loudest part of a word. And to have a clear definition, the accent is, in a word, the loudest thing is called the accent. So if we spell a word, the loudest part of that thing is called an accent. So what is stress? If it is the accent, then what is stress? So here are a few examples of words stressed on different syllables. You will come to understand that stress in English words has to be learnt individually, as because the stress, depending on the stress, the accent differentiates. If a word is stressed in some other part, the accent will get changed. So the stress in English words has to be learnt individually so that we can get the neutralization of that accent. So the accent is a mark or character used in writing to direct the stress of the voice in pronunciation. So as because there is a change of stress depending on the language, we must have some particular rules to have that language pronunciation perfectly. So length of vowel sound or the like. The length of vowel sound, if in a word, the length of vowel sound, the stress of vowel sound depends on the use of accent. There is commonly one such sign. This is the sign used to mark the stress or accent in English. This is the accent sign or stress. This is used for English to mark the stress or accent. So with this we came to know that strong breath force, energy, and length of a vowel are used to stress a syllable. Strong breath force, energy, and length of a vowel are used to stress a syllable. So, what is sound and what is syllable? First of all, we should know what is sound and what is syllable. Sound and syllable speech sounds are put together into syllables. So, speech sounds. So, there are A, B, C, D, all these are alphabets. And for these alphabets to pronounce, we got 44 spawns. So, and all these alphabets to pronounce, we got 44 speech sounds. And all these speech sounds are put together, some or the other word, we will get emerge. So, if we divide them into vowels and consonants. So, vowels are, so you know all those things, vowels and sound. So, in this S-O-U-N-D sound, this is one speech sound combined together with vowels and consonants. Speech sounds are put together into syllables and syllables into words. So, O and D. So, this is vowel sound, this is vowel sound, this is consonant, this is consonant. So, syllables are put together into words which in turn are combined into sentences. Speech sounds are put together into syllables. So, syllables. And syllables into words. And these 3 or 4 syllables made into a word, which in turn are combined into sentences. And again, all these become a sentence. A syllable may consist of one speech sound or more. A syllable may consist of one speech sound or more. Syllable, this is C, S. S, we got only one sound or more. Nevertheless, it does not have more than one vowel sound. So, one syllable will have only one vowel sound. So, one syllable will have only one vowel sound. A vowel sound, as a matter of fact, forms the nucleus of a syllable. A vowel sound, as a matter of fact, see here, O, fact, forms the nucleus of a syllable. So, syllable nucleus is nothing but a vowel sound. A syllable nucleus is a vowel sound. How many vowels? A, E, A, 5 only. So, but the sounds are, how many vowel sounds are there? Monophthongs, diphthongs. Total 20. So, all these are put together, some or the other, to form a word. Therefore, a word has as many syllables as there are vowel sounds in it. Depending on the vowel sound, the word has as many syllables as. Come to the next slide, you will understand well. See, syllable division of words. Syllable English words consist of one or more syllable. Each syllable contains a vowel. Each syllable contains a vowel. So, a syllable may have one or more consonants. A syllable may have one or more consonants before and or after it. Thus, in the word teach, see the example. Thus, in the word teach, there is only one syllable. E, A. E, A. These two combine together only one syllable. So, it is a diphthong sound. E, A. A diphthong sound. Whereas, the word teacher, EA1, E1, EAE. So has two syllables. Teacher. Two syllables. Teach. One sound. One syllable. Teacher. Two syllables. In the examples that follow, the letter V represents a vowel sound. This V represents a vowel sound. And the letter C, this, represents a consonant sound. So words of one syllable like teach. So how it is divided? Syllable, consonant. That will become a word. So this or, we got only one vowel. C, O, or. So one vowel sound. Mind, consonant, vowel. And vowel, consonant. Bit, consonant, vowel, consonant. Scratched, consonant, 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 vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, and consonant. Like that, see, scratch, scratched. So how many? All these are consonants. Only one vowel sound is there. One vowel sound. So that's why we got one vowel sound. See, words of two syllables. Words of syllables, we have two syllables. But in this slide, we have only seen only one vowel. All these words, they got only one vowel sound. In all the words, we got only one vowel sound. In these words of two syllables, tappers, A, E, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. Matchbox, two vowels, A, O. Language, vowel, vowel, C, A. Language. Words more than two syllables. Examination. Examination. Two syllables means nothing but two vowel sounds. More than two syllables or two sounds, if the two sounds they are combined together, they are called diphthongs. And there are triphthongs also, quadrants also. Examination, we got how many vowels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 syllables. More than two syllables are also, we have vowel sounds. So coming to that, coming to the stress pattern and accent pattern, so words are divided into syllables, and in each syllable we got one vowel sound. And coming to the stress pattern, stress in English word varies from word to word. This examination, you people may pronounce in some other way. Vijayanagaram people may pronounce in some other way. And Godari people may pronounce in some other. Guntur people may pronounce in some other way. So this examination. So in this way, stress is only according to the English language, stress varies from word to word. But in every syllable, in each and every syllable, a vowel, a vowel is a must presence. The vowel sound must present. So that is also dependent on the accent of the people they spoke. That the stress varies. Stress in English word varies from word to word. In some words, the stress falls on the first syllable, while in others it may fall on the second, third, or fourth syllables. So here are some examples. Words stressed on different syllables. The stress in English has to be learned individually only. You have already seen. Why? Because I am telling again, particular tone, length of vowel sound or the like. There is commonly one such sign. This is the thing we use. You already know. So, strong breath force, energy, and length of a vowel. So you have come to know how to use the vowel, how to differentiate the vowel and consonant sound, each in a word, and each word will have a vowel and consonant sound, the differentiation of it, and how to use the mark stress. See, the number of words of two syllables in which the accentual pattern depends on whether the word is used as a noun, an adjective, or a verb. There are a number of words of two syllables. Two syllable words are there. In the backslide, we have seen two syllable words: tappers, matchbox, language. So these are monosyllable words. These are two syllable words. If there are two syllable words, accentual pattern depends in the two syllable words. The accentual pattern depends on whether the word is used as a noun or an adjective or a verb. So if that word used as a noun or an adjective, the accent is the mark of stress is on the first syllable. If the same word used as a verb, the stress is on the second syllable. See the differentiation. When the word is used as a noun or an adjective, the stress is on the first syllable. When the word is used as a verb, the stress is on the second syllable. Here are a few examples. So if it is a noun and adjective in an absent, A is stressed. The same word if it is used as a verb, absent, absent, object, object, subject, a subject, permit, permit. So the stress is on the second if it is used as a verb. The clear example you could see here. The science teacher has asked all the students to record their observation of their experiment. Here it is CORD. This is stressed and it is used as a verb. To record their observation means to note down the observation. Here it is, the meaning of this record is to note down of the experiment they have conducted in their science record. So the first one, if when it is used as a noun, the first one is stressed. This R is stressed. And here CORD is stressed because of the usage of the verb. The same word when it is used as a verb, the second one is stressed. If it is used as a noun, the first one is stressed. Another example. I requested her not to object. It is a verb. So first one is not stressed. JECT is stressed. To my late submission of my project. Project adjective. Please project. This is verb. Please project that object. So first one is stressed. Clearly in your camera. So I think you all got this. The strong breath, force, energy and length of a vowel are used to stress a syllable. Hear these below sounds and try to differentiate the sound and stress. See, here you can get a clear observation. These below sounds and try to differentiate the sound and stress. What is sound and what is stress? Catherine, Anupama, Robert, Srinivasu, Anthony, Renuka, Margaret, Sarita, Barbara, Rajita. So when you listen to the English names, you listen to a kind of strong, loud emphasis on a part of the name. So Catherine. So where it is stressed, this is stressed. The first one is stressed. Robert, first one is stressed. Anthony, first one is stressed. Margaret, first one is stressed. Noun. Barbara, the first one is stressed. But when you listen to the Indian names, all the parts are heard almost equally. Rajita, Sarita, Anupama, Srinivasu, Renuka. So you can come to a clear differentiation between the other languages and English. English is some or the other because the stress falls on different vowel sounds. Depending on the vowel sounds, the stress varies. But in Telugu or other languages, what we have written, we will spell the same. Rajita. So it was written like that. If it come to if the same thing, if it is in English, Rajita, Sarita. So they spell like that. As because it is a noun. Anupama, they spell like that. Srinivasu, Renuka. The first one is stressed as because it is a noun. But according to the Telugu, we won't spell like that. Rajita, Sarita, and the stress of the Indian names all almost heard equally. So what we have written, that we will spell. But in English, it is not the thing. So all the syllables in Indian names are said equally, while one syllable is said stronger, louder, and sometimes even longer in the English names. And for that to spell, we use strong, breathe, force, energy, or even a long vowel to sound them so. So the word in English are thus said with stress on one or two syllables. Those syllables are called stressed syllables. Tonal qualities, pitch and a lengthening of vowels, influence of speaking styles of different spoken languages. Some sound harsh, some sound musical, some sound loud, and some may sound even indifferent. So a quality that makes the English language stand out thus is word stress. This quality of English language makes it musical. So it has also got another name. The English language has also got another name. It is stress-timed language. The tonal quality of this made the English a stress-timed language. There are two different kinds of stress in English, word stress and sentence stress. Both are essential to communicate meaning satisfactorily, and both cause many foreign learners of English to face considerable problems. So where to stress and what to stress? So I think you had observed in Telugu. So the stress differentiates, Sarah, from word to word. Like if it is used as a noun, the first one is stressed. If it is used as a verb, second one is stressed. So coming to the finally, the accent, the relative prominence of a particular syllable of a word by greater intensity or by variation or a modulation of pitch or tone. Margaret, Anupam. So Margaret. So M is stress. Anupama, no any stress. So everything with the same pitch. So here, the relative prominence of a particular syllable. So particular syllable has got such kind of variation. The intensity differentiates, that is accent. Vocal prominence or emphasis. Emphasis means to stress and say, given to a particular syllable, word or phrase. So finally, the accent. A characteristic pronunciation, especially one determine the regional or social background of the speaker. So the same Anupama, the same Margaret depends on the social background of the speaker. That is called accent. Social background of the speaker. So, when Vijayanagaram people may say some other accent, the same Margaret can be spelled by Vijayanagaram people by some other way, East Godavari people by some other way, and North Indian by some other way, South Indian by some Kerala, Tamil Nadu. It depends on the regional or social background of the speaker. One determined by the phonetic habits of the speaker's native language carried over to his or her use of another language. So the prominence of the syllable depends depending on the accent. But coming to the English language, the same word, the vowel or a consonant, each syllable will have a vowel sound. The particular vowel is stressed. So if a two syllable of a word is there, two syllable word is there. So for noun, the first one is stressed, and from the same word, if it is used as a verb, the second syllable is stressed. That is the accent of the original English. But change of pitch was recognized a constant of accent. Change of pitch was recognized constituent of accent. So accent is constituent to change the pitch. By the native grammarians of the classical languages of our family, Greek, Latin, and so this is the classical language family. Change of pitch was the recognized constituent of accent. So accent differs from language to language. They call a syllable acute of its tone was sharpened or raised, grave if it remained at the general level of utterance, and circumflex if it began at acute pitch and ended at grave. Thank you all for hearing me. Thank you.